Hello, and thank you for tuning in today. Welcome to No Sevens Dice Club. Today we are going to be talking about a crazy strategy I saw at the casino, and it was pretty effective. And it was this old man that was playing, and man, he was shake the whole entire time. He had the dice, and he had the chips in his hands. And this guy, he reminded me of Father Time or Old Man River. So I'm going to name this strategy after him, and I'm going to call this Old Man River's strategy, or Father Time, whatever you want to call it. I think I might stick with Old Man River. And it works really well if the casino will allow you to do this. If not, you just have to find another casino that will allow you to do this strategy. And the way it works is, I don't know if I'm going to play it out or not, but at least I just want to present this strategy for you and give you another little feather in your cap. So the way he was playing this strategy was, say we're at a $10 table. He would have $10 on the don't pass, and he would have $10 on the pass line for the come out. So this way, as long as we didn't hit a 12, because we'll bar a 12 and lose on the pass line, we will pretty much break even. So it didn't matter whatever happened as long as it wasn't the 12. So let's go ahead and let's establish a point. And let's say that the point is a 5, 4, 9. So we're going to go here. Put that in a rack. I don't know why that's out there, but 5, 4, 9. And so what he would do is he would base it on how the shooter did his previous time he had the dice. So he was studying the shooter the whole entire time. So if he didn't shoot that well the first time, he would go ahead and he would place odds on the don't pass. Or that would be the incorrect way. So the odds would be here because we're on this side of the table. So he would put odds on this side. So he would play, but he'll have the pass line, but he's winning. He's putting his money on the odds. And let's go say, the shooter goes ahead and hits the 9, hits the point. So he would lose this and lose this, but he would also get this back. So it was kind of a push. He'll just lose his odds. Okay. But what he would do next was he'll wait for the person to establish a point. So he'll go back to the do-we-don't system. And then once when the person, rolled whatever number it was, so let's say it's a 6, 2, 8. And if he noticed that it was a 6 or the 8, he would be more inclined to put the odds on the don't pass. So what he would do was he would martingale his odds, and he will play the probability. So he would put this, I know my camera view is out, so I'll just put it right here. So he would have the odds right here, except for it would be behind, and that's where he would put his odds. And this way he was slowly grinding out a profit, depending on the probability of the shooter and the probability of where this point marker was. And let's say he sevens out, he doesn't hit the 8. So he's going to lose this, but he's going to push here on the pass line and the don't pass. And then that's when he would be, he would martingale it again. And he would only martingale it up to 3 times. So on the second time, he would bet $50. And let's say the point marker is a 4. He would put it on the don't pass. And this was as high as he would go. He wouldn't go any higher than his third session, his third level of a martingale. And he liked to play this at a $10 table. It was 10, 20, and then he'll do 50. And then after $50, he wouldn't bet no more. He'll start all over at $10. And for an old man, I don't know how long he's been playing craps, but he walked away with almost about $300 to $400. Of course, he was playing on an ice cold table. I mean, it was a freezer table. Nobody could get past 3 or 4 rolls. It was pretty bad. So he was making a lot of money playing the don't pass. And then one thing he was doing also was that if he didn't feel comfortable with playing the do-we-don't system, which he played the whole entire time, but I was watching him, he would sit there and he would have chips in his hand, and he'll put them in his rack. So every time the guy will roll, he'll count 1. Next time he rolled, he put another one out. Put the next one out, and then he'll roll again. And then once when he got to the fourth roll, and he had that 1 chip in his hand, knowing that he was on the 5th, because he only had 5 chips in his hands. But once when he got to the 4th one, going into the 5th, that's when he would drop $10 in a DC. And depending on where that number is, so let's say it's a 426, point marker is a 5, let's say it's a 6, that will get moved to the 6, and then he would drop odds behind that. And if this was taken away, and then what he would do was he'll have it here, and then he'll have the odds. So if he would have it so that way it was all put up here. And then if he hit the 6, he wouldn't add any more DC bets. He will wait for the next shooter. And then when the next shooter would come, he would put a green chip. So this will get taken away. And then let's just say it lands on a 4. So it will go here to the 4, and then he would add a green. Okay? And then if he made money, he'll collect and everything else. But if he didn't make money, he kind of followed the same system, the same principle. What he would do is he'll put $50 down. And then let's say it went to the 5. So it went to the 5, and then he would put odds behind that, and he would put $50. But he would only bet this on one shooter at a time. And he would wait to the fourth time, and then he would bet. So if he didn't make if he lost it on one shooter, he wouldn't keep on chasing after that one shooter. He'll wait to the second shooter or the third shooter, or he'll wait to find the weakest shooter in the bunch and play his hand towards the casinos on the dark side. So I just wanted to show this to you. I'm not going to play it out. I mean, I could, but you know, we have more other important things. I just wanted to share this strategy with you and to see how it was to go, because we could be here rolling a whole bunch of numbers and not really accomplish anything. I just really want to show you the meat and the potatoes of this strategy for the Old Man River strategy, of how he played it. Once again, you know, it was the martingale, you know, the Dewey Don't with the odds, depending on where the point marker was and how the previous time the shooter did, depending on if he was a really hot shooter, if he was a horrible shooter. You know, maybe he just threw it just one time and then, you know, like 7 out, just like that, hit the 5, 2, 7, and bam, he's done. So the point marker goes off. This breaks even, and then he collects right here on his odds. You know, or if he gets up to the 4th, you know, hit, the 4th roll of the dice, he starts playing the DC bets and martingale from there. And I understand that the martingale is not for everybody, but he kept it very low. You know, he would not risk, you know, at one point in time, you know, I think the most he ever risked at the table was $150, and that was it. Now, you know, every strategy has its weaknesses, has its flaws, but for the most part, this is a pretty safe strategy, a pretty safe bet, especially for being an old man. He was playing it smart, didn't have to really stress too much. It was pretty low-key, very simple, easy to follow. And like I said, if you're playing at a casino, they allow you to play the Dewey Don't. This might be a really good strategy to kind of feel out the table and see how those shooters are. So I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much for looking at this video. And if you guys have any questions or any comments about this strategy, please let me know. And I will talk to you guys on the next video.